Hey everybody, back again with, I guess, part 2 of Shelf 1, since it continues on like this.
And technically, we're going to call it Shelf 2. Shelf 1, Shelf 2. Even though it's one line.
I didn't know that either. Okay, moving on with the sci-fi, we have, of course, the classic Terminator.
Terminator.
I got it because of the new cover. And actually, there's the first release of it on Blu-ray. Hold on. There we go. Yep, there we go. There's actually another release of it with a red case. You can find it usually in Walmart's 788 bin now.
And then we have
2 copies of Terminator 2. You can never have enough copies of Terminator 2.
Well, this was the original one, and then there was a new
Skynet edition.
Skynet edition.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 copy of Terminator 3.
Which everybody craps on, but I find it to be, it's an enjoyable action movie, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Terminator Salvation, which everybody does shit on,
Actually, I like Sam Worthington in it. Not so much Christian Bale.
Yeah, but I thought it was a decent post-apocalyptic movie. It showed the devastation to the world.
And then the newest one, Terminator Genesis. I like the way that they reset the timeline.
Yeah, but
it allows them to take a new storyline, even though they're doing the same thing.
Basically, they ripped off they reset it. They kind of ripped off Star Trek.
The new Star Trek.
Yeah, but I actually liked the movie. I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Except for, what's his name? Courtney, whatever the hell is it. God, I hate that.
Jay Courtney, whatever his name is.
I hate that guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, moving on.
He's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, I love to hate him. Here's the really good Total Recall, which is a lot more in-depth thought about it. And then here's the really shitty Total Recall. God, this movie was awful.
It seems like they did more action than plot.
Yeah. I know it's weird to think, but an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that you had to think about.
Yeah.
Was it really all in his head? Was it just a dream? Okay, moving on. The new Star Trek.
This is where they reset the timeline originally.
I enjoyed it.
And then continued on with Into the Darkness. I have heard that they are making another one.
Oh yeah, it's called Star Trek Beyond. The commercial just came out the other day, and it's like batshit and crazy.
Oh well,
yeah.
That's Star Trek for you. And then there's Elysium.
Yes, I have not watched it.
I haven't watched either.
Yeah, I know, that's sad.
Prometheus.
I haven't watched it either, but it's supposed to be. It was supposed to be officially the prequel to Alien,
mm-hmm.
and then they're like, no, it's not, but it totally is still.
All right, whatever. And then I got a big old box set of Avatar.
Ugh.
I love this movie.
It's like Smurfs on steroids. Moving on.
Better than that.
Yeah.
Babylon AD.
Which is actually a decent movie. It's a collapsing Earth, or a collapsing world.
Mm.
So. Battle of Los Angeles, which is really good. I really enjoyed the movie. I'm not a big found footage or shaky cam movie, but this one was really good.
And then we have...
This is the RoboCop trilogy, the first 3, the good ones.
And it's in a single...
Yeah, a single case. And there's just a copy of RoboCop. And then the 4K unrated director's cut, which RoboCop, when it originally came out, got an X rating, back when it actually still had X ratings, because now they're NC-17, for violence. It was the first movie to ever get it for just violence.
Okay. And then my movie, Serenity. It's the movie that follows up the Firefly series, which we have Firefly in a different section, because it's a TV show.
Yep.
And then Push.
Which I enjoyed. It wasn't too bad.
Wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
And then In Time.
Yeah. Which was okay. It had a unique idea. It just was... It drug on. It seemed to drag a little bit. But
I haven't watched it yet.
It was pretty good, though. Virtuosity, Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is batshit crazy in this movie, and it's great. And actually, if you watch this movie, there is a little girl in the movie, and it is the first appearance of Penny from Big Bang. I can't remember her name.
Kaylee Cuoco.
Yeah, it's her first movie ever. She's like 8.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah. But you recognize her right away.
Mm-hmm. And Johnny Mnemonic.
Mnemonic.
Mnemonic. Something like that.
I enjoy. It's, I mean, there's some definitely cheesy parts to it, but it's definitely enjoyable.
It definitely dates itself, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah, because the storage space in his head is only like 250 megabytes or something like that. It's like, well,
we got terabytes now.
Yeah.
And then Live, Die, Repeat.
Which is actually, most people know, is The Edge of Tomorrow. This movie is great. Oop, there's our phone going off. Never mind. It's great. It's funny. Emily Blunt is kick-ass. Tom Cruise. It's pretty funny about like all the ways he dies in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And some of it is just like, oh, really?
Yeah. It's really sad as though I didn't think I was a Tom Cruise fan, then I realized how many movies of his we own, and it's quite a few. Him personally, I don't know I can stand, but his movies are pretty decent most of the time.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt again with Matt Damon in The Adjustment Bureau. This is a good movie. It's not really an action movie, and there some people you could see religious overtones in it because The Adjustment Bureau that could technically be angels. But definitely check it out. It's a fun movie.
You don't have to read into it if you don't want to.
Yeah, and Matt Damon and Emily Blunt are really cute together. I mean,
they work really well.
Yeah.
Then we have Lockout,
Yeah.
which is a good spacey action.
Yeah. Which I think might have actually supposed to have been the third Escape From movie with Kurt Russell. I was going to say Russell Crowe, but it's Kurt Russell. The guy, you just see Snake Plissken and his attitude and the way he talks. Oops. So, it was pretty good. Oop, Lucy's backwards. Most people hated this movie. They thought it was advertised as an action movie. It's not really an action movie.
No. It's a think about it movie.
Yeah.
Then we have The Matrix. Is this all four of them in there?
Nope, just the first one because it's the only one worth having.
Next.
Which, again, it's Nicolas Cage. I love Nicolas Cage. This movie is he sees into the future like 2 minutes at a time. And I actually enjoyed it.
I like the little twist at the end.
I did too.
Then we have Pitch Black.
Which was the introduction.
The first of the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, well, it was just Pitch Black back then.
Mm-hmm.
So, a little indie horror movie. I wonder if it's from... They filmed it in Australia. I don't know if it was an Australian movie.
Followed up by the actual Chronicles of Riddick.
Which the first one was more of a horror movie. This is more of a sci-fi action movie.
You get to kill what you keep.
Yep.
Or keep what you kill. and then Riddick. Which
was an attempt to do a horror movie, return to the first one, and an action movie. I don't know if it worked, but I enjoy Riddick movies anyway, so.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's good, though. It's pretty good. Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson. Alien movie, I guess you could call it, with cat hair on it.
There we go.
She's possessed by an alien. It's interesting, and apparently she walks around naked in most of the movie.
It's always good.
I want everybody to realize she said that, not me. Independence Day, which they have a sequel coming out. Which I think they just called it Independence Day. Come on. I Come in Peace, which is also known as Dark Angel, which is a weird title for an alien movie. Alien drug dealer movie. This movie is really good. Lots of explosions, action, one-liners. Early 90s, it was great.
Early 90s.
Yeah.
I think that explains it all.
Hey.
It was actually a lot of fun.
Clockwork Orange. It's a Clockwork Orange. If you don't know what it is, then I don't know really how to explain it to you. I put it in the sci-fi section because I didn't know where else to put it. Cowboys and Aliens, which was a lot worse than...
I think it was really, really cheesy. And if you took it for what it was fun.
Yeah, but it was hyped up way too much.
Oh, yeah. And then the movie that scared the crap out of me for 10 years.
I love Event Horizon. I wish there was they still have the footage from the actual director's cut because it was supposed to be scarier and more gory. So, but it's basically a haunted house story in space. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really good. I love haunted house stories.
And then the last of the section.
Yep, The Fifth Element, which is just a good sci-fi movie.
Sci-fi fun.
Mm-hmm. And most of you will notice that we didn't have Star Wars in here. I hate Star Wars.
But we do have a collection of them on DVD.
Not by my choice.
No, that would be me.
You can boo all you want, but that's it. The last of the shelf has westerns on it. I think there's one on the next shelf, but we'll go through these real fast.
Mm-hmm.
The original True Grit with John Wayne. I think that's the only movie he won an Oscar for.
Mm.
So the remake with Jeff Bridges, Matt Damon, and Josh Brolin. Really good movie.
I think she won an Oscar for that one, didn't she?
I don't know if she won or she was nominated. 310 to Yuma. This was actually a very good movie. I'm not a big Christian Bale fan, but I thought this movie was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it was.
The 80s Young Guns is supposed to have all the up-and-coming guys in it. And, I mean, how often do you hear Emilio Estevez as his name anymore? But it was a good movie.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, before he was...
Crazy.
That's a good way to put it. Tombstone. You know, the story of Wyatt Earp. Russell Crowe, Val Kilmer. And a movie they filmed at the exact same time, of just Wyatt Earp. This is Kevin Costner's version of it. It's a much longer movie, more detailing of Wyatt Earp's life. Fun fact, that when they were filming Tombstone and Wyatt Earp at the same time, they actually had to order costumes from Europe because they had ran out in the entirety of Hollywood.
Wow.
Yeah. Broken Trail. I believe this was a TV miniseries at first. This is a really good movie. Definitely check it out. Don't really know what else to say. The Magnificent Seven, which is the American remake of Seven Samurais. Seven gunmen are hired by a village to protect them from bandits.
Mm-hmm.
So
basically, they rewrote it for the Old West.
Mm-hmm. This was The Quick and the Dead. This was a Sharon Stone vehicle to make her more popular. Fun fact about this movie, I mean, besides having Russell Crowe and Leonardo DiCaprio and Gene Hackman in it, it's directed by Sam Raimi, of all people. Evil Dead, Spider-Man fame. And Sharon Stone actually picked him. She wanted him to direct it, and he did. So
there you go.
We have a 3-pack of John Wayne movies: The Cowboys, The Green Berets, and The Searchers. The Green Berets, obviously is not a Western. It's not the best John Wayne movie either. But The Cowboys and The Searchers are great movies. The Searchers is probably his best movie he ever did. He's not the typical good guy. He's violent, mean, and angry. And it really works really well for him. Another John Wayne movie, The Train Robbers. This is an old movie. Very old. This is actually, I shouldn't say old movie. This is toward the end of his career, of his life. But I haven't actually seen it on Blu-ray. I saw it on TV the other day, though. It's fun. Rio Bravo, Howard Hawks movie. This is my favorite John Wayne movie, actually. But he redid this movie like 2 other times. Rio Bravo, and there's one called El Dorado, which is pretty much the same setup.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we have Clint Eastwood, The Man with No Name trilogy, A Fistful of Dollars, A Few Dollars More, and of course, the iconic The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, directed by Sergio Leone. These are they were the prototype, what they called spaghetti westerns. We have a Clint Eastwood, Hang 'em High, had that art card on the front.
Mm.
So, The Outlaw Josie Wales.
Actually, a really decent movie.
Yeah, he basically shoots and spits on everybody.
Mm.
Dual pack of spaghetti western, The Grand Duel, and Kiyomo, which is Kiyomo. I can actually say is really fun. It's cheesy as hell, but really fun. The Last Gun and $4 of Revenge, another spaghetti western double feature. If you can find these if you guys are interested in spaghetti westerns, definitely get these on Amazon. They're like, I think I paid $3 or $4 a piece.
And the last one for this shelf
is The Good, the Bad, and the Weird, which is a Korean remake of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. There's also another one that they've done before called Django Sukiyaki Western, which is a remake of the movie Django. So definitely check it. I need to get both of those, actually. But that is shelf number 2, I guess, as we're saying. I think we have one more Western to go, and then on to the next part.